I got to spend the night away from home, and I went to a big party. 30 people showed up, then 60, then 80, then 100, and it just kept growing and growing. And as more people came in, the harder I started drinking. I had drank a fifth of vodka, I know. I remember drinking Jaeger, I remember drinking Crown. I remember my alcohol level was enough to probably kill a 40-year-old man. After that, I don't remember the rest. I was completely unconscious, completely blacked out. I had no idea what I'd done. And I went to school the next day, and everyone was high-fiving me in the hallways. Everyone was making jokes, and I just kept hearing the number 5, and I had no idea the significance of it or what it meant. And then at lunch, everyone just busted out laughing, and I could hear slut being whispered, and oh my gosh, she's such a whore. And I had no idea what had happened, and I ran to the bathroom and I saw Tyler to the power of 5 written on the bathroom walls. I had no idea what it meant, but I found out from my best friend Alden that I ended up being raped that night by 5 guys, and everyone knew about it. They told everyone what had happened. I was so hurt and traumatized that had happened, and to soothe that, the only thing I knew to do was numb myself. The only thing I knew to do was keep drinking and keep drugging and keep staying as far away from my mind as I possibly could. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. If I passed the mirror, my sister still says she can remember how I used to stand in front of the mirror and pick myself apart and not verbalize it. She could just see my eyes go in every section of myself, disgusted. One night I just, a normal evening, had just drank, had mixed a little bit of different types of alcohol, and something snapped. And I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I just hated myself. I loathed myself, and I can still remember those feelings of just not thinking this life was worth living. And I ended up trying to hurt myself at my mom's house, and she came in the bathroom and saw me cutting myself in the bathroom floor, and she said, "My biggest fear is that you're gonna do this one night and you're gonna end up killing yourself for real." And I said, "I'm gonna do this until I'm 40 if I make it that long, and there's got to be more than life." I believed in a God. I knew there was a God. I was raised Baptist. I knew that he was there, but I had just thought he had completely given up on me, and not because of anything on him, but just of how I chose to abandon him so many times and push him out of my mind. And that night in the bathroom floor, something changed, and I truly believe it was a spiritual awakening. I started calling treatment centers, and I would say within 2 hours, we found Graceway here in Albany, and I went, and 30 days turned into 72 days, and I finally got to see my family. And then 4 months went by, and I was still sober, and I was 220 pounds when I went to treatment, came out 145 pounds, but I was starting to lose weight and look good and feel good. And I started building so much confidence every day just being sober. I would pass a mirror, and instead of dissect myself and pick myself apart, I would genuinely smile in the mirror at myself and just be so happy with how life had turned out. My mom had been going to Providence, and I'd heard about it, and I went with her and fell absolutely in love the first time I ever went. And since I had this confidence and I wasn't intimidated or self-conscious or fearful of people anymore, I kind of dove in. Once I started going, I met so many amazing people, and I wanted that. I craved what they had because I saw how strong their faith was, and whatever trial or tribulation came their way, that they could face it, and they had a community and support, and I needed that. I craved it. And so I started with a small group. I did the Freedom small group, and Freedom is why right now I can do this, because I finally let go of some of those things that were still holding me back. I thought I got sober and everything was going to be perfect and all my problems go away, but I was still hanging on to some things that were affecting me now. I decided to start helping with the youth group, and Justin was there to guide me and tell me what to do, and I can remember telling him on the phone, like, I cannot do this, you are crazy, I don't know what to do, and he was like, you have a story to tell. And him saying that it was a reminder that I did go through all I went through, because there are people who have been through the same thing. Providence has completely sustained my sobriety. God working through that place and having that family, having that comfort, that support. I can be fully transparent and authentic with anybody who walks through those doors. It reminds me of why every day I wake up with a smile on my face and so grateful to be alive. People might see this and they're like, well, that's just not possible for me. That can't happen for me. I'm here as a living, breathing proof that it can. It's a miracle I'm here today. I truly know that in my heart, and it is possible for anyone else out there. It truly is. You just have to ask for help, and the rest will work itself out.